We have reached review time with Imperial, and today's review will be Cash Out, starring John Travolta. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Let's get into it. So this movie came across my visuals, and I just said, John Travolta. It looked like it could be like From Paris, From Love, way back then he did that film, and I just said I'd give it a shot. Let's go over the synopsis. Is professional thief Mason attempts his biggest heist from his brother robbing a bank. When it goes wrong, they're trapped inside and surrounded by law enforcement. Tension rises as Mason negotiates with his ex-lover, the lead negotiator. Let's go over the cast. Of course, John Travolta is Mason Goddard. Kristen Davis is Amelia Decker. She's his love interest. Quavo from the rap group Migos plays as Anton. Lucas Haas plays as Sean Goddard, which is the little brother to Mason. You have Victoria Brandart as Jennifer Tish. She's the hacker. And who else is the main character on there? Everybody else is just cameo. You did have Chris Lindsay as Commander Cyrus, who was the lead of the crime boss, henchman or whatever. And then you had another guy that was Mr. Flowers. There's one other guy that I'm missing. I don't see him on here. Nevertheless, let's get into the film. So, his name was Swin Temo as Georgios Corrales. My bad. He was like part of the team of Mason's team. So, nevertheless, this movie is like only an hour, 30 minutes, something like that. So it gets straight to it, It's short, but it gets straight to it, so it ain't got time for fluff. So it starts off, Mason and Amelia is at a car show gallery, and they heisting an expensive car. They already got their crew working the venue, and they get away with it, but all of a sudden the FBI and the cops is all over them. And Mason is wondering how could they have found us. And so you see Amelia's looking suspect, and she's trying to talk to him, but he's like, don't worry, we get out of this. When he looks over, she got a gun pointed on him and pretty much saying she was undercover the whole time. So he went in there, he pretty much told her, like, all the time we spent, like, we really connected, like, it was some love built. And she, so basically, he felt like they really had a connection. So he said, all right, well, you're going to have to shoot me. And he went into plan B. Plan B, they just destroyed everything and got loose. She survived, everybody survived, and they were all free. So about 12 months went by, and Mason was off in his own world, still reminiscing of his connection with Amelia, when he get a phone call from one of his crew members, and it was his hacker, and she pretty much was his hacker, Jennifer. We call her Tish though. And she was telling him, hey, you need to you not aware? He like, no, what you talking about? You need to be at this destination. So he shows up to the destination. He already sees that his brother has went, and the bank manager was having lunch and told the bank manager pretty much is, I need your thumb. I know about a box that's inside of the bank, and we need your thumb to get access. So Mason shows up and pretty much like, what's going on? So of course Mason's plans are well thought out and foolproof for the most part. His brother, just a typical movie where the little brother is the F up and the older brother got to come clean up or whatever. And so that's pretty much what this movie is. And then he gets in there, and when he talks to his little brother, find out, what are we in here for? Why wasn't this well thought out? And of course they got the hacker. She's hacking, shut down the main system. And what ended up happening is Amelia, she ended up being a negotiator that comes in because they took over the bank, took over hostages. They're looking for this inside the vault, a particular safe in there that got pretty much a drive that has crypto on it. And so when Mason digged and said, well, how did you, to his little brother, how did you find out about this? And come to find out that the crypto is owned by the mistress of a well-known crime boss that got a lot of the CIA and government agents and police chiefs and everybody on payroll. So he instantly said, oh, this is a problem. So they had like 24 hostages. They start letting the hostages go. You could tell Amelia still feels for him. And so in comes the crime boss's henchman to take over. And they put Amelia to the side, pretty much said, you've been relieved of your duties. However, Mason pretty much told her, listen, you need to still get your police crew out there. I need them to film everything. And the plan was to get the information and upload the information to a backup server. That way, if they got killed, the information will be released. Meanwhile, they talked to the big crime bosses, pretty much negotiator person, Mr. Flowers, and told him, hey, we know he's well connected. I want 10 million for each of my people who's on this heist, and $1 million for each one of the hostages that was in here. And they were saying pretty much how we know that the information had never leaked. He pretty much said, you gotta take my word, because if I give y'all the information, then y'all could just kill me at any time. So it made it look like the building blew up. There were no survivors, and Mason and his crew, well, 3 of his crew members, they did get, they came out of the hostage situation and got locked up, but they didn't have any files and they was released. And of course, Mason was looked at as he died, Tish as well, and so they disappeared. And he always was talking to Amelia about, you know, going on the island and just spending life together and not doing any more heists. And she pretty much handed in her FBI badge, and then she showed up to the island and he told her the story, how they got away with everything. Overall, a decent film. Nothing over the top to run and go see. If you ain't got nothing else to watch and you come across it and you're looking for something to watch just because it's straight to the point, hour-and-a-half movie. Out of my 4-star rating system, I give it a 2 out of 4 stars. It went straight to the point. Nothing over the top. Just something to watch. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Till next time.